It's showtime.
Hey, thanks for joining me today on another episode. We're going live today. Of course, it's Thursday night, not Monday. But, the topic of the day calls for a live at any point in time. So here we are. I gathered up a few of my creator friends, and we're going to talk about where we buy our HO products. We're going to focus largely around, once again, AFX and Auto World, but not exclusively. We have somebody with a store in the house, and we have somebody with a giveaway tonight. So we'll get into that in a little bit. But before we do, I just want to say thank you for joining us tonight. David, thank you very much, brother. I absolutely appreciate that. Thank you for joining us again tonight. Awesome. Kenny, thank you very much. I appreciate that. We appreciate it. Right on. So let's just give everyone a minute to filter into the room. Nothing happens the moment everybody crawls in here, so let's just give everybody a moment. Here's Rich. Thanks for joining us tonight, Rich. I appreciate it. Of course, Rich is one of my members. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. Mark Buck in the house. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. Woo! So everyone busy tonight or what? Or is this it? Everyone's been waiting for this to happen? I know I haven't been doing much of anything, just waiting, getting this ready. So here we are. Okay, so let's get her going. Of course, everyone knows I'm Dan. I run Slot Valley Racing here on YouTube, and I'm here tonight with, of course, this group of fine gentlemen here with me tonight. And I'll let everyone introduce themselves, but I will introduce them by their first name, and they can introduce who they are. So on the top row here beside me is Scott.
Hello, everybody. Scott's House of HO Racing here.
And beside him, we have Matt.
Hey, guys.
Where are you from, brother?
Arkansas, Little Rock.
Your channel.
Patriot Hobbies, sorry.
No problems. Okay. And below me, we have Adam.
Hey, Dan. Adam Hertz Slot Cars and more. I'm from Smithville, Ohio.
And beside him, we have Mark.
Mark Slot Car Garage. Hey, everybody.
And there we go. So here we are tonight, guys. We're going to be talking, of course, where we're buying our HO products. And as you've seen from the header that I put out there, I do a little business with NYC Slots. They sponsored our Monday nights for a little while, which is absolutely fantastic. And I'll be giving away the last giveaway car soon. Of course, if you remember correctly, I don't know if it's going to pick. Yeah, let's try that. Where is it? There we go. So as you can see, it's probably my most favorite AFX Race Masters car I think that they've produced in a little while, but that's just my personal opinion. It looks nice. Personally, it's the raciness that I prefer. So we still have that to give away. So yeah. So that's one of the places that I've bought from, and I do find it very consistent, which is a good thing. Scott, why don't you tell us about what you have going on over at Scott's House of HO Racing?
Sure, thanks. Basically, I have my own little small business of new and used slot cars that I sell. Anytime I find a deal that I think that I can pass along to a fellow hobby member, then I try to buy it up to where I can, make at least $2 to $5 to $10 somewhere in there. Depending on what I call my profit margin. But my whole goal is to try to get people away from eBay and some of the distrustful sellers or dishonest sellers that you may have ran into. Because I have a 100% money back guarantee on your cars, and I guarantee every car that I sell runs. And so, I'm as easy to deal with as there is because I'm out to build bridges, not burn them down, and make a lot of friends. So the first auction, I've been on a pause. And thank you again for letting me mention this, is going to be this Saturday night. And then members of my channel, Scott's House of HO Racing, are going to meet at 6:30. And they're going to be picking from every used car that I have or new car that I have that I'm going to offer for auction for the next month and a half. And then whatever 5 cars they pick at 7 o'clock, then we'll do our little opening, and then we'll get right into those 5 cars auction. And then if you're not interested in purchasing any slot cars, I encourage you to stop by because I try to give a little history on all the cars. So you may actually learn something about a slot car that you didn't know about. And it's kind of educational as well as, the chance to maybe buy a piece of history at a good price compared to eBay. So stop by. Appreciate it.
That's right. And the one thing about Scott is my channel is pretty huge about Ford gears. I'm sure you've all seen it. And it's this fine gentleman here beside me that got me into that. He sold me my first car. I told everyone the Chrome John Force car story. And now I have 2 of them. So, yeah. Thanks, Scott. I absolutely appreciate that. So, guys, if you're looking for a reliable HO seller, and, of course, not just a seller, but he actually knows what he's talking about. He races them, and he obviously, if you haven't seen him with his latest hop-up that he used for a giveaway car, then you should go check him out on his channel. So, Scott, thanks for that, brother. I absolutely appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
All of that got my drag strip started and everything to do with that. So, and anybody who's seen the 4-gear line, come on now, you got to be pretty impressed with that. So,
yeah.
Can you see one of Scott's cars potential on one of Adam's videos?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, burning
Too
the
hot
house
to
down.
handle.
So
Right here.
while we're here, while we're at it, let's go to Adam. Adam, where have you been buying from lately, brother? And what can you rely on? Let's put it that way.
Well, a lot. I'm sure the people that follow Pro Tinker knows I buy probably most of all my collection is from there. Just recently, I've kind of ventured off a little bit to eBay. I actually have something coming tomorrow. It's 3D printing for the connections for AFX tracks to wire in some aftermarket controllers, so I don't have to clip the ends for the 120 volts in, so I don't have to burn down the house with this car.
There you go.
But I mainly buy my stuff from Pro Tinker. But I'm kind of getting to that level 2 now, and so I'm venturing off to as soon as I get these new controllers. I'm this weekend I'll be at Richfield Slot Car Show, and Jag Hobbies will be there, so I'm sure I'll buy something for them and try to get my hands on maybe the next level of cars and hopping up some old stuff like the Tycos and brands like that. Some of the AFXs, older AFXs.
So is there a particular store on eBay that you've been buying from, or just?
No, they're just the cheapest. No.
We all understand that, right?
Right.
Let's put it this way: when you are considering which one is the cheapest, do you actually look at the reviews?
Oh yeah. I was just kidding about that. So
Okay.
I try to find somebody that has 100% feedback or 99.9.
Yeah, at least, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And somebody that has a reasonable ship to me time, and just and to be honest with you, if they have what I'm looking for, I see if there's another person that's close in price, close in feedback, and if but most of the people on eBay, other than those one-off cars, people are pretty reasonable, and I'm a trust. I trust in a lot of people, maybe more than I should, but I haven't been burned yet, knock on wood. So, but
Right.
eBay just gives you that wide platform of finding what maybe you need. So,
Nice. Well, that's true. It gathered it all up for us. That's what makes this so great. The only problem is some people take advantage of that.
that's true.
Basically, I guess anything's only worth what someone will pay for it. And there's
That's
always
true.
someone who will reach even deeper into their pockets, down to their knees, it seems like to me sometimes.
Sure.
Where some of us is like, yeah, I'm out. bidding keeps going way past where, sanity left the room kind of thing.
Sure.
Right. So
I see that in the
I think
sports
we've
card
seen
world
that
every day.
recently too, if you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. We buy our slot cars, as collectors. We all want a couple, let's put it that way, right? I don't
Sure.
think I know any collector who just wants one of everything.
That's Scott.
Myself, I like having one of everything on the shelf and one of everything on the track, just because things get itchy and you got to open it up.
Right.
It's like tomorrow's Top Fuel and Funny Car Fridays is going to totally blow everybody away. I can tell you right now, it's not going to be your average unveiling. That picture that I hid for everybody was it's going to be good. I won't be racing it, but I'm going to open it up on the clamshell. The wrapper's coming off it. It's
Nice.
time to let it smell the air.
Sounds good.
That's all it'll do. All right. So
You
Matt,
sort of sound like me.
yeah, exactly. Because this one I can't seem to find a double of. So for now, it's just a single that won't ever be on the track. Matt, where are you right now? Where are you ordering from?
I pre-ordered a set from Auto World. I may go ahead and cancel that and just order it through PTT. I order a lot of my stuff through PTT. I like Brian and Ryan and Adam, the sometimes employee of PTT. I get on eBay. I've been burned a few times, but that happens if you go on there. On eBay, I like a guy named Galloway. I believe he is. You remember the Grumpy Pit Kits?
Oh yeah.
I believe he is him. He's one of them.
It is. Yeah. Tom Galloway. Yeah, he lives in Oklahoma.
Yes, in Noble, which
Yep.
is
That's on it. I tell you.
He's a good seller. If anybody's looking for somebody that you can trust, he's somebody you can trust. So there you go. I've personally done business with him for 5 years. So yeah.
Well, when I tell you guys, sometimes I get expensive sets without the cars, so I don't upset the boss. He's who I always go through.
Cool.
And then I get, as we were talking in Discord the other day, I get my 3D printed parts, a lot of them from Pork Chop Customs, which I believe he'll probably be there this weekend too, or at least he'll be in the Persephone show.
Cool. I'll check him out, Matt.
And who's that again, Matt?
It's Pork Chop Customs. I'll show you here. This is kind of his logo. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, guess what? My crossover host is in the house tonight. Raul from Conquest Racing. I want to say hi. Thanks a lot, brother. I absolutely appreciate you joining us tonight. Soaking up a little HO. We all need a little slot car in our lives. I don't even think it matters what size, really. I've been watching so much larger scale cars videos lately that it's kind of nice. So it's good to see you here, brother. I appreciate it. And we'll for sure have all these fine, fantastic people joining us on Monday. So that's where I'll be on Monday, guys. If you want to check out where I am before I start my live on Monday, I will be with Raul and the guys at Conquest Racing, talking slots. So I hope you're all going to join us there, because this is going to be pretty cool. I think we're about to start something that our community really needs. It's these crossovers, and just make the community about slot cars as opposed to picking through what we all want. I think we all just want slot cars, to be honest with you. So thanks a lot, Raul. I appreciate you dropping in, brother. Awesome. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Thank you. And I'm totally looking forward to seeing you on Monday, brother, and talking to the larger scale guys. I'm totally pumped about it. And like I said, I'm bringing my crowd with me, so I hope you got a big room. For sure. Okay, Mark, your turn, brother. Where you been buying from lately? I know this is first of all, let me just say Mark has a contest coming up with his channel. So I just want to give Mark a second to explain what's going on there. And then, of course, as we all know,
not a contest, but a giveaway.
well, giveaway. Yeah, well, of course, it's
Yeah,
you know.
no, everybody else is giving back, and I've crossed 500, 600, and even 700 subscribers, so I figured it was about time. And
Yes.
I just was looking through, I have plenty of spare parts, and I'm going to build a Viper. I think I've crossed over and moved on from AFX and Tycos, and I'm more into the higher end aspect of the hobby now because I like to do competitive racing, and I'm new to that. So I'm still learning. I'm by no means an expert, but my channel is more focused on the performance aspect and more how-tos and some educational stuff, and I learn along the way as well. So yeah, I'm gonna do a video next week. I should have all the parts. I have just about everything I need. I have an armature coming in from Rooster Racing. He was nice enough to sponsor my build, and he's giving me one of his hot stock 6-ohm armatures, which he calls the Joker. It's a really kick butt armature. I have it in a couple of my cars that I race. So
Oh, that sounds amazing.
I'll be putting together a custom Viper chassis, and I'll do a build video on it with all the specifics on it, and we'll figure out how to do the giveaway. Maybe I'll do it on one of your shows, Dan.
Wow, Mark, fantastic! Talk about an awesome community giveaway. Woo!
As far as where I get my parts from,
yeah,
I mostly lately a lot from Viper and Hardencrete HC slots, more higher end stuff from like RPMs and like BSRT and places like that, Scale Auto. If you're getting into the higher end performance aspect of the hobby. But I'm always keeping my eye open on eBay. There's a few older cars that I still would like to add to my collection. Although I'm definitely not a collector, but I have my everybody has their favorites from their childhood, and I was always an AFX guy, so there's a few more cars I'd like to add to my collection.
Sure do. Yeah, absolutely. There's always something else out there, right? So, which I guess it depends on what size armature is being run. Anybody else have a reply to this question?
What was that?
Oh, they'll run on whatever you want to give them.
The Bulldog's a 6-ohm armature, so you could run that at whatever. Mm-hmm. I run my track at 18.5 volts. Most clubs.
I run mine at 20, so it's like every electrical motor. The more juice you give it, the faster it's going to spin. So if it's going too fast for your track, just lower the voltage, and if it's not going fast enough, just crank it up.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so this is Luke. Luke's new to our Discord, and I want to thank you for that, Luke. Obviously, Luke's been taking advantage of being one of our Discord community people, and you get I
will warn Luke, it didn't take long. I made this transition in only about a year. I went from my AFX track to Viper, and
you can see it in your videos as you go.
Well, he started with a plastic track, and now he's with a Viper track, and now you know what I'm saying. So you can literally watch Mark's evolution of advancement into the hobby on his channel, because he started with a 4-lane international track, if I'm not mistaken, and worked his way up. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought I was going to do the whole landscaping and trees and buildings, and I did a little bit of that. I started with that, but then I got more into racing, and my kids and friends, we got into racing, and we kept knocking all the trees over and making a mess of everything. And before I knew it, the trees were off the track.
Right? Oh my God.
The heck with this landscaping. I don't have the patience for it. So. I'd rather tear a chassis apart and rebuild a chassis.
It seems I'm always pulling a car out of the trees from somewhere.
to cheat up the motors with the windings like we did in RC cars.
We don't have to. They sell so many different armatures. You just got to buy the right armature, basically. That's my opinion on that, Mark. I don't know what you do, but that's
yeah, I don't mess with the armature itself. If I want to go faster, like you said, I put a lower ohm armature in.
Are those?
So I have everything from 2 ohm Vipers up to 6 ohm as far as the inlines go, and then I really sometimes I like to slow it down, and I really like the TFX, the OS3 TFX chassis. I think that's a really fun chassis to drive. It runs real well on my Viper track too. A lot of drifting, and you can literally kind of do some figure eights and keep it in the slot. And so,
Yeah.
Adam can tell you firsthand about not running the too low of an ohm motor on a factory wall plug and a factory controller.
Yeah, Adam. So why don't you tell us about that problem?
Yeah, I was
Well-
going to say, get Adam in the show here, buddy. Come
I
on,
guess
man.
we could.
Here's
Here's a little learning lesson for the community.
Yeah.
Everybody get closer here. Everyone gather up.
Yeah.
Come on, kids.
So Scott graciously gifted me a Tyco that was hopped up. I think it has a 3.5 ohm motor on it, right, Scott?
Yes, sir.
Armature?
Yep.
And so I haven't ran this car since Scott's really gave it to me. Maybe one lap at like Brian's place one time. So about a week ago, I was doing a live, and I ran it around the track a couple times, and I smelled something, but it didn't smell like the normal slot car smell. And after a while going around, I'm like, man, I'm looking at our laundry room that's that way. It smells like an iron's on fire type thing. So I was like, you know what? I better investigate what's going on here. A little bit more important than this live stream. So I said, guys, I got to go quickly. So I asked my wife, hey, do you smell something burning upstairs? She said, no, not at all. So I came back down and got on the Discord with the guys, and next thing you know, I'm telling them the story, and they were like, well, run that around. Maybe it's just a new car smell. I'm like, nah, I know what burning is, and I know what a new car smell. And next thing I know, Dan and Mark were like, hey, smell that controller. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's this controller. So yeah, it's a little too hot. And Scott has all this knowledge and forgot about to tell me that I almost burned down the house with this 3.5 ohm motor. And that's
It wouldn't have burned down the house. It'd have just melted the controller in your hand. It'd have just been a little superficial burn. You'd have been all right.
That'd have been a good story.
That's right.
Scott living up to his channel moniker.
Right. Well, and I would have lost my trigger finger. It was that hurt.
You got 2 hands, man.
Yeah.
You can be
I'm not
ambidextrous.
lefty. I'm a righty.
You have to get one of those.
Yeah.
All the Tony turbos. I got one of those.
The turbo, yeah.
Yeah, I love those. Oh, those are so good, man.
My wife would be opening up the ketchup bottles for the rest of my life if I didn't stop using that.
So, tell us how you went about solving this problem, Adam.
I put it back in the package and never opened it since.
Okay. So what?
But no, I will. I am in the process of purchasing some new controllers. And
Okay, hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. I'm sorry, you said you're getting a new
controllers, and they will be the Falcos.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
tell us which ones that you got?
I can't remember. Is it the 50? Which one is it, Dan? Do you know?
It's the DD505.
That's right.
It's the 2-wire setup.
Yep.
By DeFalco.
I'm ordering 4 of those because I have a 4-lane, and so instead of just messing around with just buying 1 or 2, I might as well just bite the bullet and get them so we can all race some hopped up cars.
Right.
So
Yep.
safely.
And this controller will allow you to control all your various cars. Is this correct?
Correct. Yep. It will be able to control an AFX Mega G to a Tyco hopped up to an Auto World that slops around the track, whatever you want to do.
And do you figure this is going to lead to another house burning down smelling event or no?
I don't think so. And if it does, then I don't know what to do going forward. But no, we should be good. So I'm excited about it.
Awesome. So
And
then
everybody should go check
what I succeed. Wow. Here, yeah. Oh my gosh. Hey, here's one for you guys.
Family firm. Oh, son of a...
So, Adam, if you're not going to be using your 120 controllers anymore, you might as well chop the plugs off the bottom of it and use those.
Well, I thought about doing that, but then I said there's a market suggested there's a guy on eBay that sells 3D printed ends that you can clip into those DeFalco controllers,
Right.
And you should be all good. So, and they were 4 for $12. And I apologize, I don't have his name handy, but if you type in the 3D printing AFX, actually I do have his name handy here real quick. Let me find it real quick. His name is his name is GIMMEB_39. Or you can look up HWP slot cars 4-piece HO slot car controller adapter plugs.
And do you remember where you found the DeFalco controller? What the address for that was?
I don't have that handy, unfortunately. But
Ted makes a good point there in the chat.
Oh,
yeah.
Hang tight.
But Dan, if you want to post that up there, that'd be great. DeFalco website.
Okay. Well, we'll just throw it out there for now. That's one. I'll be putting a couple in the description after the show once it goes through. Usually takes about a day, guys. So, oh, look it.
It's DeFalco it's DeFalcoOnline.com is there.
Thank you, Mark.
There you go.
And Ted, I'm using just the standard AFX one that came with my my Super International.
Invest in those power supplies like Mark and I were talking about, and save yourself the hassle ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? Now that you've got the controllers, that's a suggestion to anybody out there. If you're going to step up to the controllers and you think you're going to get into hopped up cars in any way, shape, or form, you might as well just break down and at the same time just do your power supply. And you will be amazed on how much different your track runs just with real power on the track.
Yeah. And that's what I plan to do with my channel going forward is that, that process of going from just setting up a track on the table or on the floor to kind of a permanent thing, and wiring in, fixed lines and using a power supply. So
yeah, progression.
That's where I'm at. Yep. So, and I'll make some mistakes, but that's why I'm doing it so others can learn from my mistakes too.
You gotta open that thing, Conquest.
It's like I always say, oh, hang on a sec. 4-lane. Oh yes. So what would you guys suggest for Conquest here before he opens his 4-lane Super International?
I'd get some magnets and some tires and some oil and be ready with those things, because that'll be the first things you want to do right after you get it out and start playing with it.
And I suggest you get some of these guardrails too. These guardrails are really, really cool and they look great.
Those catch fences, yes, that's a good thing. Yeah.
Catch fences.
Yeah, absolutely.
But definitely invest in like some gel claws and then some oil. And you know what I'm saying? And then magnets, like, level 52 at least on that AFX track with those Indy cars, because those Indy cars are already faster than like a full body, like a GT40 or a stock car or something along those lines.
Right. So I think pretty much, Raul, you have the exact same things to get the car ready by the looks of it as what you guys go through to get your cars ready. Of course, we look at the gearing, we oil it up, we inspect the car and the chassis, and run it up a little bit. It's pretty much the same thing, I think, just a little bit bigger over on the other side. I think that's what I really like about watching the larger cars. It's pretty much the same thing watching them get their cars ready as us getting our cars ready. It really is the same thing. Although I got to tell you, I'm a little bit jealous purely because they can fit a whole lot more detail on those cars. And so I think that's what continuously draws me to them. And like I said, at some point, I'll probably have at least 1 or 2 of these cars, just no track to drive it on. So,
Dan,
And,
you want to address? I think Kenny had a good question there. If you want to ask the guys that one.
You don't need to have power taps. I mean,
oh yeah, right.
it makes, depends on the size of your track too. So,
Mhm.
all these suggestions of upgrades are all things we suggest, but you don't have to rush out to do them. It's a progressive thing.
Mhm.
Start with what comes with the track and see how your interests grow, and you start finding you're getting into different cars and things aren't quite running right all of a sudden, then that's probably a sign that maybe you need a different controller or more power. But we're not saying you have to rush out and buy brand new DeFalco controllers and a high grade power supply. But that's where we all ended up.
Yeah, that's the progression, right? But you know what? Like I always say, the Infinity set by AFX. You want to get your feet in the water? That's the one, because
But,
you buy it.
to answer Kenny's question, what I did is since I had like 8 AFX power packs, I just cut the whole cord off. I only left a little bit on the plug that plugs in the wall, and I used that cord with the orange AFX connector. I put some O-ring type, crimped on some terminals and hooked that right up to my upgraded power supply, and still used the AFX track. So you could use the AFX terminal track and have an upgraded power supply. You don't have to have power taps. When you get into bigger, longer tracks, there is kind of a rule of thumb of so many feet you add. I think it's like 15 to 18 feet. You add a power tap, but
12 to 17 sections of track.
yeah,
Every 12 to 17 joints, you want to have another power section somewhere in there, just to keep constant voltage and amperage to every piece of track all the way throughout your layout. You won't even notice it until you get the new power supply, because if you're used to just watching your car go around the track, you're like, well, I don't understand what these guys are talking about, because my car still goes all the way around the track. But when you give your track power all the way around, then you realize, oh my God, my car's so much faster in places it wasn't before, and now I have to drive different. And so that's the big benefit, is you're getting the full use of your whole track with the full power, to me.
Well, that makes sense. You need that even supply, because the last thing you need is a car being a slug at the last point right before it re-energizes, and it's a track that it can roll across again.
and that's what's the fun about this hobby. You could do as little or as much as you want in it. Depends on what you're doing. So,
right.
And work within your budget. And
so what's your main focus on your collection there, Adam? Where have you been buying these the cars for your collection from?
Well, the collection, like kind of said before, PTT, I've been buying from them since about 2018. And now going to more of the slot car shows around the country. I've been helping out PTT to do that last couple of years. I've been buying for, some of the private and dealers from there. And it's cool because there's stuff that you see each show that you've never seen before, or, you've seen, but, prices are a little bit different everywhere. So it's really cool to see what you can get in different parts of the country. That's for sure. What people like in that part of the country might be different, in New Jersey than in Kentucky. So, but yeah, the majority of my collection is iWheels. I have about 150 iWheels. So, and those are all from PTT, other than a few I've gotten off of eBay.
sorry about that, Adam. No, just kidding.
I didn't see what you did.
Adam, can you show your layout? Can you move your camera?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody wants to see your layout, so here we go.
Does that look good?
Yeah. Yeah, sure does. Looks really good, man.
I put new catch fences down this lane tonight, all the way down. So.
Oh, that's great, man. That's the new AFX catch fence too, by the way, people. It is awesome.
All the way down. It does a great job. It looks nice. They click together, and they do keep the cars on the track. So They're not that expensive. So
What's the table footprint, Adam?
4x8. There you go, Rich. 4x8.
4x8. And what set is this you have there?
This is the Super International AFX.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic.
And I love it. I mean, I have a bunch of Auto World track, and it's fine. I have the Victory 400. It's fine. I like that. But I've never messed with the AFX track until now, and I like it. So I'm just going to stick with that.
Right.
So.
Well, that's everyone's starting somewhere. And the AFX International, you're not a new spring chicken to slot car though, right? So it's not like you need to start at a beginner level track. You already have your feet in the game. Had a good look at the product, got to race around lots on other tracks and stuff.
Yep.
So for you, it's kind of like you knew what you wanted right off the hop. And absolutely, of course, in my mind, there are only 2 sets you should buy if you're an organized slot car racer, and it has to be an AFX or an Auto World product. You're either going to buy, in my mind, the Horsepower Shootout, or you're going to buy the Super International.
Or the Giant Speedway. If you got enough room, you can buy that Giant.
Giant Speedway is nice, but the reason why I suggest the Horsepower Shootout is because it comes with all of AFX's new goodies, all of the catch fencing, all of the new barriers, which are not those plastic things. They're still plastic, but they're not those orange plastic things. Yeah, so it's really nice to know what you want, though, when you're actually going.
Hey,
right? So in that case, so Mark, where did you end up buying your Super International from originally?
That was over 20 years ago, Dan. I don't even know.
Oh,
I really don't even
you
know.
got it for that long?
That's awesome.
My set came with Super G Plus cars.
Oh, okay. So that just shows test of time then, for sure, right? Because
track has held up well. I have it to this day. It's just back in the box under my bed, but it's very, very little rust. Few little surface rust on a few of the track sections, but with regular cleaning the track, it's held up really well. A few of the little plastic pieces have broken off on some of the connections, but not the main ones. I mean, they still click together fine, but there's that smaller thin piece.
Yeah.
A couple of those have broken off. I broke some of them accidentally because I was trying to tweak the joints and I was spreading it out and went a little too far, but that's just me. I'm always trying to tinker and make the sectional track as quiet and smooth as possible.
Well, that's the total joy of our hobby, right? If it's clicking, you actually try proactively to eliminate the clicking as much as possible. Just a little bit more you can do, right? So, Matt, where did you get your? Is it Night on Fire?
Night Under Fire.
Night Under Fire. So tell us about that set, because I think this is going to be a big set, to tell you the truth.
I pre-ordered it from Auto World.
Nice.
Okay, so you actually ordered it from Auto World themselves? Okay, so
if you buy from them the first time, they give you, I can't remember if it was 10 or 15%, but it was like $170, and by the time I was done with their little discount, I got it for $144 plus shipping.
Nice.
Right.
And we've been talking about it for a long time. And I'm going to put it right over there along the wall. So it's time, and it's the reason I made this table so long.
Right, so that you can put a drag strip right beside it, right?
Yeah, we'll make a nice little motor park out here.
So, Donald, the answer to your question is yes. You can get banked curves in either 9 or 12s for their banks. So, if you check out my any of my videos, my high speed, my super speedway are 12-inch banks that I put a 3-inch spacer in. Kind of makes it like a 15-inch bank corner. but that's about as big as you can get right now. Other than, somebody help me out here. What's that new set coming out with the Brickyard?
Debris?
Yeah,
The super speedway or from Auto World.
The Brock Racing Enterprises?
no, not the Brock one. The other one. What were you thinking?
Oh, the
of?
one with the 18-inch curve.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
And the
Daytona
new
one.
Superbird.
Yeah,
Right.
Superbird, yeah.
Yeah, but what is that? Is that like a quarter bank, or is that like a whole entire half?
It's half.
Half.
It is a half.
Yeah,
So then
it's
kind
worth
of
it's
smaller.
worth the set's worth it just for the bank and the
Yep.
curves
Bank,
and the
right?
and the
Yeah.
Superbird. I think
It's a
the
big
set's
track
worth it.
too. It's a big track.
Yeah,
Huh.
I'll probably get it just for the bank curves and that Superbird.
Well, I actually seen it finally, and it looks pretty decent. But like I keep asking that question: is this 18 a full bank or just like a half a bank, or what's the case here? So that's good to know.
I believe there's eight. There's 8, I believe. So that it's enough. It's a full run. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll make it more interesting. Well, what do you have there, Scott?
U of M was asking what kind of tools that we use to work on our cars. So I figured I'd grab some real quick while the conversation was going on.
Oh.
And I know Mark's probably got a preference on stuff, but I got out some of my Hardin Creek, some of his new stuff that you can buy.
Hang tight, Scott. Okay, show everybody again, please.
Sure.
There you go. Yeah.
The puller and the press, and he's got his new pinion tool. There we go.
Nice.
Oh yes.
Got to figure out the opposite here. So this comes in real handy if you're working on your cars. And then a couple of things that will come in real handy.
Oh, the tires.
Tire sizers. And so they, a lot of companies make a lot of good tools. The reason why I went with Hardin Creek is because his is new tooling. In case if any of you didn't notice or didn't know, like one of the features on this is if you have one of these already in your arsenal, you probably notice that this is a little thinner. So it's able to get behind wheels and gears and stuff that the other ones aren't able to. So it's a little handier.
Nice.
The press is really cool because it's got a flange on it right here that is basically it comes adaptable to most all the common hub sizes. So you don't have to go out and buy like extra inserts like you do with the Scale Auto version.
Right.
Which is really handy, save you some money.
Oh yeah.
So, like I said, that's why I'm pushing Terry at Hardin Creek so well, is because, these are top quality parts and they're of a newer make. So basically he took some of the ideas from some of the older companies like Scale Auto and BSRT and stuff like that, and then made little upgrades on stuff that he thought that they needed. And he sells these in little packages. And I strongly suggest if you're looking for tools to give him a checkout.
Yep. And I have those tools and I agree. Those are great, but those are more for advanced people who are building their cars. This is what you need to get.
Yeah, show yours, Mark.
You need to get a set of tweezers because if you put your track on the floor or you have ladies in your house with long hair and that the axle gets full, this will be your favorite tool, pulling that hair out of the axle and getting your car running good.
Or dogs, yeah.
So definitely get a good set of tweezers. But yes, everything that Scott said is true. I have all those tools and I use them all the time. But the basic stuff, tweezers and a magnifying glass and for your old eyes.
Nice.
Thanks for joining us today at Slack Valley Racing. I want to thank all my subscribers. I want to thank everybody for watching. Maybe if you're watching and you're not a subscriber, you can help out, hit that like button, and subscribe on up. So I'm sitting here thinking, how can I make a bell notification video that viewers will actually want to watch?
You're gonna want that cowbell.
Did he just say cowbell?
I gotta have more cowbell.
It's not a cowbell.
I could have used a little more cowbell.
All right then, hit the cowbell notification button so you don't miss any of my up and coming content. Woo!
Ah. Oh, look. I knew it. Okay, so Mark and Matt, what do you guys think about that? Yes, sorry. Speak up. Hey, your microphone's off.
Dang it, I didn't make it back in time. Sorry, guys.
Hey, that's okay. Look at above you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So that's all right.
Dan,
So,
it's your fault.
So absolutely. So Scott, when you're buying parts, where are you purchasing your hop-up parts from?
I purchased a lot of my stuff from basically three companies: Viper, Hardin Creek Slot Cars, and Wizard, because those are mainly the companies that carry the brands that I work on, which are AFX and Tyco. And obviously the Vipers to work on the Viper cars, but they also branch out into Auto World stuff as well as like Hardin Creek does too. So
Yeah.
between those three, and then Wizard has, in case a lot of people hadn't heard of them, Wizard High Performance Parts is the name of the website, and they actually have more specialized high end sometimes parts, so they have like your silver coated springs and silver brushes and some odds and end parts that maybe your bigger, I guess for lack of a better term, bigger hobby stores wouldn't carry or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So these are more specialized, detailed parts to maybe get that little extra out of your car that you may want to try to get out of it.
Right. Thanks a lot, Ted. I absolutely appreciate that. I just want to take a moment and thank everybody in the comment section. And I want to thank everybody who's not in the comment section but watching. We all appreciate it. And the only thing I ask is that you at least subscribe to all these fantastic creators. And definitely make sure you hit that like button. We all appreciate it. This is a good group of guys that I enjoy time with on Discord. And together we're solving the problems of the universe. Absolutely. We almost got women pegged now. We're just about there. And one day we will be there. But that day is not today. So
I can hear all the ladies laughing right about now when you said that. So
exactly, right? Yeah, that's exactly it. Of course, I'd never say that if my wife was in the room, but she's not. She's at Army tonight. So, so Matt, can you show us what your track looked like? Are you able to move your camera?
Kenny mentioned another one too. Jag Hobbies is another good place to go for some hop-up parts too. So I forgot to mention them. Good call, Kenny.
Yeah. Awesome, Matt. And of course, you can see where the drag strip is going to go right down the back section there, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic.
Love those straightaways.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just got the laptop out.
So obviously, Jag Hobbies is another one, and so just quickly, I'll throw out where I bought from in the last. We'll just even say the last 3 days. The last few days, I visited DeFalco Controllers and purchased one of these controllers that Adam was talking about. It's time, and of course, this is another great thing about Discord and conversations like this is. We get to talk about what we're using for our tracks and converse about what will work good or what will work best. From what I understand, the DD505 by DeFalco is probably one of the best two-wire controllers for HO of this sort for an Auto World or AFX, or even, I guess, lower-end sort of Viper stuff. Or club kind of racing, but not necessarily like that. There are club racing controllers. Of course, I do purchase from Viper Scale Racing. I purchase from there purely because I know when I order from Dan Cronin at Viper Scale Racing, he's a really great guy, and I know I can rely on his products. Sometimes it's not about cost; it's about knowing that what you're getting is what you're paying for. So I always keep that in mind when purchasing HO products, because from what you can get cheap from one person, you can get expensive that'll last longer from another. And some of us would rather go that route than having to pull broken springs out of tiny little holes and that kind of thing. I mean, so thanks for stopping by, Ted. So yeah,
I think somebody was asking for our channel links to be posted into the chat whenever you were mentioning about our.
Did that fly by and I missed it? Where is it? Oh, here we are. Does everybody know where they are on YouTube? I guess, Robert, are you? Robert's the moderator. Oh.
He just left.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, our moderator just left.
Hey, Robert Fish has left the building.
Oh. Robert's out.
Oh, Robert left? Really?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. So I tell you what we'll do, Donald. I'm sorry I can't get that to you right now. Our moderator just apparently went to bed. He's an old man. A lot of slot car knowledge, but he needs his sleep.
I'm posting everybody's now.
Oh, there you go, Adam. Adam's got it, Donald.
I'm jumping to it.
Adam to the rescue. Thank you, buddy. I'm afraid if I touch anything, I'll lose my feed. So I'm up. I'm live right now. I don't want to mess with rock.
That's right. That's right. Keep it rolling, right? Keep it rolling. Awesome.
Anybody that's seen my channel knows me in technology. So yeah.
Oh, no idea what you're talking about.
Speaking of which, if everybody that's in the chat hasn't subscribed to everybody else that's in this channel, obviously if you're with Dan, you know about Dan, but Matt with Patriot Hobbies, Mark Slot Car Garage, and Adam over there, there he is. We would all appreciate you guys stopping in and subscribing, and maybe giving us a thumbs up on some of our videos. Like I said, we're all pushing to try to get it out there, and the more people that interact with everybody else's channels, it puts it in everybody else's feeds. So we all appreciate that.
He did, Kenny. He did.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The reason for these get-togethers is so that everybody can meet the slot car community, and these are the opinions of creators. These guys are one of them's a seller himself, and the rest of us are all creators. So we're just trying to keep everyone on the same page. There's none of us are competing. None of us are getting paid. So we have no reason to compete against each other with what we're doing. So that's the great part about this community we have now, whether it be Discord, which I believe is the key to always keeping tight on what's going on in the slot car community. But just being here tonight is a huge step, because that at least shows that everyone wants to keep in step. And I like that. And it doesn't take a lot. And everybody seems to know exactly like Kenny Brown just said right here. Thank you, Kenny. We all appreciate that, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we all have our knowledge. When we get together, we all have something that we bring to the table. And I actually kind of like that. And that's the good thing about our little thing that we're exploding. We're making it big. HO Slot Cars is slid through the closet for a few years here now, and I think, as you can see by these 5 creators tonight, that we're definitely making our best effort to move this from zero to hero. And if I certainly have anything to do with it, I'm taking everybody with me. So, you know, the more of us that are here or listening, the more it really, really matters. So, you know, well, when there's a call for something, I just got to do it. We'll be right back. 30 seconds, guys.
So I'm sitting here thinking, how can I make a bell notification video that viewers will actually want to watch?
You're gonna want that cowbell.
Did he just say cowbell?
I gotta have more cowbell.
It's not a cowbell.
I could have used a little more cowbell.
All right then, hit the cowbell notification button so you don't miss any of my up and coming content. Woo!
Man, I love that. Now, I know some of you laugh at it and you think it's funny and it's a good clip. And really, it is funny and it's a good clip. It's all of those. And if you've seen the original clip from Saturday Night Live, I suggest you do. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, you needed a few seconds of Will Ferrell in there banging the cowbell.
Yeah, I was going to do that, but I was going to actually use Will Ferrell from the Beastie Boys video, Make Some Noise.
Drummond?
At the very end. Yeah, at the very end. Yeah, when they have the showdown. Yeah, I was going to use that clip, and I thought, no, this is good. Don't want to do too much. But, you know.
You got that Frank the Tank clip, too, where he takes over the drums.
Yeah.
With Snoop.
James, go to Hardin Creek Slot Cars HC Slots online, and he sells lifelike those sprint car bodies and bulk colors like red, white, blue, yellow, whatever. And you can buy if you don't have a lifelike car, you can buy a lifelike clip to clip onto your Viper, your Tyco, your AFX, whatever. So there you go.
This is a lifelike.
Yes,
yeah.
Mike.
See, it's just like those right there, except it doesn't have any of the decals or tampo on it. They're just blank cars.
Adam?
Yes,
Thank you, Conquest. I
Can you
appreciate
show us
that, man.
again, please, sir?
Yeah,
I'm going to blow it up for everybody. So you're the main screen here. And Raul,
Mike is right.
we'd like to thank you for that. That's an amazing looking car. But Raul from Conquest Racing, thank you very much. He's asking about your account, Adam.
Oh, yeah, it's Adam Hurt, Slot Cars and More.
There you go.
And if you want to, you can take to make it just a...
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh no, those things are wicked, man. I love the looks.
Yeah, I like that.
I can't remember the channel, but there's a group of guys that actually race those on like a 6-lane track, and they put down like whatever that stuff is, like for shuffleboard. They put that.
Oh,
they call it salt, but it's not salt.
Yeah, it's not salt, but whatever that stuff is, they sprinkle that all over the track.
That's cool.
Before they race, and then when they're racing, those little cars you can see the lanes that they dig out and that stuff. It's just an oval, and they use those cars, and it's badass looking. I'll have to look it up and try to.
I think Home Racing World too, if I remember correctly, he's got some 132 sprint cars. They run
Right.
Yeah, he does on his bigger scale.
There's guys in Australia that do 132nd sprint cars like that I've watched.
Yeah, USAC conversion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, USAC. Word of Outlaws to USAC. You're right.
Yeah. So, Donald, where are you guys this weekend? Got to find out where I'm going to be watching my mud get slung around. Man, I wish, I wish as Canadians we had stuff like this, all these fairs and everything. I mean, we have fairs, but nothing like that, right? In my province, you could probably fit about 4 or 5 American states. So we're pretty all stuffed to the bottom of the province, and it's pretty open towards the top. But,
So why does your mail go all the way to the North Pole before it comes back down to the border?
Right.
I don't
Oh
get
my
it.
gosh, hey, that one time you shipped me those cars. Oh, brother, I don't know.
Like I said, I watched it on the tracking. It went all the way up to almost like the Arctic Circle, and it comes back.
Santa was bringing him a present. He was a
Yeah,
good boy.
it actually went back down to Florida, and then it went over to it somehow got linked in with the West Coast stuff and ended up in California, and then it finally ended up in Minnesota, and then of course I'm right across the border. But it didn't go to Winnipeg right across the border. It went to Toronto, and then it went up north, and then it came back down to me. So when you wonder where your stuff goes to sometimes, well, that's where it goes. And I'm guessing Conquest Racing, Raul from Conquest Racing, he's also Canadian too. So I'm sure I've heard them talking about problems with bonding. Jesus, I feel like Austin Powers.
I heard Brian say on the live stream yesterday or the day before that
I thought it was today he was talking about, no
bonding with toys.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That there should be no bonding on toys in Canada with a certain shipping number or something.
Yeah.
Is that right, Adam?
Yeah, I'll find out what that number is and I'll post it. I'll send that to you, Dan, so you can get that posted to all the Canadian brothers.
No, that is not correct.
Oh, really?
When I order from eBay, I pay duty on that. I've watched Conquest Racing videos where he talks about paying duty on his slot cars.
Wow.
It has something to do with bonding with the company. The company needs to be insured because let's just say when Pro Tinker Toys sends something out, Customs Canada wants to be able to rely on that company. Okay. And I don't believe that has ever happened.
Wow. Okay.
I could be wrong. But I think it has absolutely something to do with the fact that the company needs to be bonded in some way. And that company that is not bonded means that Customs is going to want to see that item at the border and they're going to want their piece of skrill from it.
Sure.
Yeah. And if you're a Canadian, you're already paying 33% more on anything you buy. So everything for $100 now costs you $133.
Wow. And
now you're also going to be bonded at the border for the cost of $133.
Wow.
Which is, it's been 1/3. Well, I told you guys all the story of me getting the Super International set where I paid like $600 and I ended up paying $240 bonding fee and they lost my CUDA. So
that's crazy. I didn't even pay $200 for my Super International set when I bought it new 20 years ago.
See, yeah, and Raul, you're right. It works good from the UK for us Canadians, but from America it doesn't work at all. It's actually a really interesting scenario. And this is a good company too for larger size cars. Pendle Slots. Yep. I believe that's the one that's sponsoring that slot car guy right now. So most of us know Travis, and if you don't, go check him out. Yeah, he paid $600 for a Super International.
Wow,
that's insane,
right? That's shipping because he. Raul, did you have that shipped to you? Is that what the cost was? Because I know this is what brought the cost up of my Super International. So, somebody got theirs for $125.
Wow, Rick.
Yeah, Rick. But he got that. He got a deal on that. He didn't buy that new, I don't think. Did you, Rick?
Oh yeah, you see, here's and this is the reason why I tell everybody don't ship me anything UPS. As a Canadian, we don't want anything UPS from the United States. They're the crooks that charge that huge brokerage fee. Now, for what you may not know, I did a lot.
I was gonna say
I did a lot of research on this. Okay, now you can
preach on that.
You can refuse delivery, in which case they're supposed to take it back to the station, and they're supposed to give you a form that you fill out and take to get filled out, and then you can pick up the item yourself. They don't tell you that at all. They just want to act as your broker. Obituary, they're asking about DHL. DHL to Canada, I don't really have any DHL deliveries at all. I don't see any DHL trucks for that matter.
I know that's who Pro Tanker uses is DHL to go to Canada, because I've put them in when the DHL truck I've helped in there sometimes, and put that, like, he would call the DHL guy and say, hey, I got a couple pickups going to Canada, so they use DHL.
Okay, so Mark was saying that DHL is much like UPS, kind of. I guess it's the sort of the same thing, where it's the bonding fee issue with tripping up at the border kind of thing, and what the border agency does with it. First off, trying to move a gun across the border, whether it be a plastic gun, a toy gun, or a Lego gun, is absolutely not going to happen. It's not going to happen from Canada, it will not happen from the United States to Canada. It will not happen from the United States to Australia. That will always get stopped. So, it looks like my moderator came back now that all the work is done.
wakey, Robert.
So I guess he had a little nap, gave his pussy a stroke, and
nice.
Robert has a cat, by the way. I just like to make that clear right now. Now I can't confirm that was the pussy he was actually patting though, but yeah, that's right. More pink trucks.
I feel socks coming. Mike.
1 second, I'll be right back.
Well, and the truck is already on like the short bus wheelbase, if you saw it.
Yeah, I was wondering if that sort of had any meaning.
I think there's a subliminal message in there personally, but that's just me.
Yeah. Something about a short bus or a short part of the body.
I think we need to switch back to where we get our parts from.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, Mark. So when you're not doing your hop-up series through this, through these companies you're using, what are you using for your track? What hop-ups? Where are you getting the hop-ups that you are currently using on your routed track?
I mean, mostly I get my parts from either Viper or Hardin Creek. Yeah. Sometimes Jag. I mean, since I race a lot of Vipers, it's easy to get everything from either Hardin Creek or Viper.
Right.
It's worked for me.
And what have you found yourself purchasing lately, though? More of.
I haven't really been purchasing a lot of stuff lately. I mean, I've been building some specialized chassis for certain classes of racing that I'm going to be doing. So I've been buying parts like that, for building a specific chassis, like a super stock spec racer or things like that for different classes. So, everything you need to build a chassis. I mean, I have a lot of, I have springs and pickup shoes coming out of the, of every different kind, gold, silver, brass, low profile, all the different I have plenty of that. I have spare chassis and, so I might buy a particular armature that I want. Been playing around a lot with experimenting with different tires, different diameter tires, and seeing what runs best on my track, and starting to build some different rear axle sets that I could take with me to the club. So if I want to run 436, if I feel like that's too high, I maybe go down to 434. I can just pop. I already have the axle made with the different gearing that I want. So I'm taking it to that level. That's where I've been spending my time.
Yeah. That's just it, right? Lately, I had somebody send me a message about them making sponge tires for the 4 gears.
Silly sponge tires.
Yeah, those kind of things. Yeah, it's actually Murder Valley Racing. He's new to YouTube. He's just got his channel going, and he specializes in making these kind of tires and stuff like that. So if you guys get a moment, make sure you go check out Murder Valley Racing. He's gonna make a set of 4-gear tires for me to try out. He himself doesn't have a drag strip, so he works on 4 gears lots. So those of
He's
us
got a new 4K video out right now.
Right.
Some of his builds are very impressive.
That is correct. Yeah, it's worth the watch, and
I love his diecast builds.
he does. He does a really great job with the 4 gears, and he shows everybody how to go about making the car a little bit better, even without even buying any parts. So I was pretty blown away by him putting that screw in the arm in the gear like he did. So
This is an example of an axle that I've built, and this actually has silicone sponge tires.
sponge tires.
Yeah, the silicone is coated over the sponge, and it comes on they're not slip-ons. When these things wear out, they don't last that long, and they're pretty expensive. You're going to pay $10 to $12 a pair just for the tires, and you have to press them on. And you use them until the silicone wears off, unless you know how to recoat them, which I don't. So,
Yeah.
I bet you'll figure that out, though.
but I will tell you, these tires kick butt. Like compared to slip-ons, I have an axle with slip-on tires that I run my super stock. These are only legal in certain classes, by the way. You can't run these on any car you want. If you're racing club racing, it has to be a specific class that allows silicone sponge tires, but they do make a difference. If you're racing in a class where they allow this tire, you want this tire, because if you don't have this tire, you're going to be at a real disadvantage to the other racers. So.
You can hold that up there again, get the profile. It might explain the rim size being different. So basically the diameter of the rim is bigger than a standard 1/4-inch Tyco or AFX. And that way, yeah, there you go.
So before Raul heads out, I just want to say thanks to
Thanks, Mark.
Conquest Racing Club. Thank you very much, brother. I absolutely appreciate it. And like I said, I hope you got a big room with lots of chairs, because I'm bringing all my friends on Monday, and we're all going to be looking forward to coming to see you, brother. I absolutely appreciate it, and I'm totally looking forward to this crossover. So thank you very much for the opportunity. And of course, SVR looks forward to seeing you on Thursday of that very same week.
Can I say something?
Thank you. Yes, absolutely, Matt. Give her, brother.
This thing that he's talking about, this global racing league that him and these guys are doing, is very cool and fascinating. And I recommend everybody in the chat should check it out. I like watching these guys.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And it's like I said, it's all about, it's not necessarily about, it's the wrong scale. No, it's not the wrong scale. It's a slot car, man. I absolutely love the liveries. They're totally awesome. They're absolutely fantastic. And it's just like everything else, you get out of it what you put into it. And like I said, when you watch how these guys get their cars ready and we get our cars ready, it's the same thing, just a different scale, literally. So I say to you guys, for sure, make sure you go and check out some larger scale stuff, and make sure you're well versed in the slot car community, because there sure is a lot of cool stuff going on out there right now. And this is part and parcel the reason why I'm trying to do I'm not trying to do anything. This is the reason why I'm going to do a crossover, because it's time for everyone to start noticing everybody else. We can notice each other as far as watching our own HO videos, but that's all great. But like I said, there's only so many videos, and it's such an incredibly huge slot car community. We have tons of slot car brothers and sisters. Pardon me, Steffi, if you're watching, or my wife, or any other female that's in the crowd. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So I see things moving forward, and that's where we need to keep it moving. Yeah. So anyways, We're here at hour 1:15. I want to thank you guys all for joining me tonight. I think we covered quite a bit. Is there anything that anybody wants to say that we maybe missed or that you're looking forward to saying or what have you? Because my final word is, I'm happy we're all here. I thank you all, my slot car brothers and sisters, for making this so exciting for me. And it's exactly this that makes me smile when I wake up in the morning. So anybody have anything they'd like to say?
I do.
Sure.
Scott, this is for you, buddy. See that wall right there? There's
Yeah.
a lot of space right there. So if you need anything to go on that wall, and I'll put Scott's House of HO if you want right there. That wall has got your name written all over it.
I don't know if I can afford the shipping to get it to your house, man. I'm sorry.
I'll see you in Missouri in 2 weeks.
Oh, so I can just bring it with me.
Load up the Tahoe.
Blow
Yeah.
up the blow. Look like Pro Tinker heading north.
That's right.
Crack me up.
That's exactly it, Steffi. We're starting the ladies' league. Even if you don't race, you're still going to start your own little league. It's going to be a female league. We'll have the SPR female league.
It's on the way, Kenny. And the Roski dances want to know about the grandstand people. If you tune in on Saturday, Roski, I'll get my eBay seller that I bought my small people from, and I'll try to put that in the chat for you.
The answer is yes, Robert. He's looking for links. He asked right before he left the room last time.
And now he left. See how this is working?
Yeah, it's good.
And Dan, Richfield Slot Car Show this weekend. If anybody's in Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Pennsylvania, it's Saturday racing, Sunday show.
Right. And is it on Friday at all?
Friday's more set up for the guys that are setting up tracks for racing on Sunday. Or I'm sorry, Saturday. But yeah, people can come through. It's at the Holiday Inn there in Richfield, Ohio, on Brecksfield Road. You can get a room. People sell cars in their room. It's like an open door thing. You just go around. They got cases set out on their bed, and people buy stuff all weekend like that. But racing is Saturday. They're going to have kids races. So it's going to be pretty cool. So if you can, if anybody's close by in those surrounding states, stop in.
Are you you'll be there, Adam, correct?
I will be there. Chris Bayless from I think his channel is Blue Ridge Racing.
Blue Ridge Racing, yeah.
Yep.
Chris Bayless there. You check him out.
Yep, I will. I see him every year there, so he will be there. There's a few other guys that have some big channels that will be there. Jag Hobbies is always there. So Bob Beers is going to be there. So Pro Tinker's going to be there. There's a lot. It's 3 rooms this year. So
Oh wow!
it's the oldest slot car show in the country.
And will you be streaming it?
Yeah, I won't be streaming the whole time, but I will do some walkthroughs and things like that, definitely. And for the racing, I'd like to get a lot of video on that, a lot of content.
So stay tuned to SVR. I'll let you guys know when Adam's going live, so you can check out his content of that slot car show for sure. I know I'll be watching, that's for sure. That's the reason why I'm asking.
Go to his channel, subscribe, and hit that bell, and you'll know immediately when he goes live.
Absolutely. Yep. We've been over the bell already.
Hit the cowbell.
Guys, I was going to go over the reason for the bell quickly, okay? Now I know most of you, like I was saying, it's a cool video. But the whole point of the video is so that at least for these people and anybody that you're interested in order to stay current with everything that's going on, just hit the bell notification button. It doesn't really cost you anything. And I tell you what, everyone's all, when's Buddy going live? Well, this is the way that you're going to find that out, obviously, because you will be notified if that's the case. If you just hit subscribe, hey, fantastic. We thank you. All of us, all 5 of us, thank you very much for hitting that subscribe button. And I would ask you please to do so before you head out tonight, and definitely make sure you hit that like button, because like I said before, these other 4 creators here are working hard to put out content that actually makes sense to the HO community, and we're all interested in moving this hobby forward. Like I said, otherwise we wouldn't be doing this. And I'm sure there's something else we could do other than doing this right now. Currently, I'm not exactly sure what that would be. I guess I could go wash my truck, spend some time with my dogs, but I do that lots during the day. So, so I choose to spend that with, doing something that I like. So, and the whole point of these conversations is to get everyone on the same page, let everyone know where we're getting all these products from. You'll see these products, of course, on our channels. And we'll talk about them as we go through, each one of us in our own way. And through that, we hope that everyone will learn just a little bit more. You don't have to walk out of the room being a genius, but if you've learned anything today, it's absolutely like I used to say, if you didn't find this video educational, I hope you at least found it entertaining. So, with that being said, I'd just like to start off by saying thank you guys. I absolutely appreciate you being here tonight. I want to thank everybody in the comments section. Thank you guys. And don't forget, tomorrow is Top Fuel and Funny Car Friday, where the quest for the day will definitely be what the car is. So one last look at that particular scene. I know, but if it was any more than that, it would be really obvious. And I know, Scott, you're laughing because you definitely know what it is. And that's why I said at Scott's House of HO Racing, don't answer. So for all of you who aren't sure what this is, awesome. That's
Tune in.
But tune in for tomorrow, because I'll tell you right now, this car is absolutely going to be worth tuning in for. So I hate to brag, but if you're going to watch one of my Top Fuel and Funny Car Friday videos, this is that one. So, yeah. So thank you guys. And let's close it down, guys. Scott, any final words for everybody?
I should be trying to post the laps on the winner giveaway car that I wasn't able to do because of the dog issue. So hopefully that video will go up sometime tonight. So if you guys don't stay up late, then it should be up sometime for you to see tomorrow. And I would appreciate you guys stopping by and checking that out, since I didn't get to do that. And then just as a reminder, the auction is going on this Saturday night, and I will be auctioning off basically the sister car to the one I gave away for this 500 subscribers video. And to anybody that did catch that live feed last Saturday night, I mentioned that I was going to do another special giveaway once I got to 1,000 subscribers. And apparently a lot of people have taken that to heart, because I'm less than 50 people away from 1,000 now. So thank you guys to everybody that's subscribed. I appreciate that sincerely. My wallet's already hating me for what I already said I was going to do for that 1,000 subscribers, but I'm a man of my word. I'll give away 10 free cars. So once we get to that, so thank you guys.
Wow, Scott, absolutely fantastic. And we are happy to welcome you almost to the 1,000 subscriber club.
So close.
Thank you, brother. I cannot wait to have somebody join me.
Yeah.
Together.
Good to be there.
Seriously, together, platforms move people, and that's true. I absolutely believe that. So,
Yep.
It's nice to have somebody else who will be putting financial effort into it, you could say, because now that's the point where you see a little bit of skrill from it. Nobody's getting rich. Don't go out there thinking that because I have 1,000 subscribers, I get hundreds and thousands of dollars.
If you think you're going to retire off YouTube videos,
no.
you're smoking something you shouldn't be smoking in public, or you're drinking too much,
right?
because there is no way you're going to make a living off of YouTube videos with less than 2,000 subscribers. That ain't just happening. That ain't happening. So,
but it is nice to have a marker to work for, and
exactly.
I'll tell you the honest truth. What I really use my financial, like when you get the analysis there, or when they give you the analysis, I look at how much the dollar value goes up. And when I say dollar value, you know, I have a video that's has 5,000 views, and like I said, I think I've made 20 cents off it. 20 cents, man, 5,000 views. So I'm obviously not getting rich, but that's a dollar line. So when it goes up incrementally by like 5 cents next week, I know that it's more of a marker towards who's watching my stuff, because you're getting paid per 1,000 watches. And it's just another way of keeping track of how people are watching your stuff, which is the reason why I know that the live feeds were a little bit low. I find my live feeds don't quite get the attention they probably could. But then you realize the community wants a lot of information, or a lot of people who have knowledge about information all together. Ta-da. So, Matt, any final words, brother?
No, I'm just working on those 2 videos, the one on round 2, Auto World, and then I'm working on another one on Strombecker. So that's the one I'm working on right now. I mean, I may have some shorts and some videos of me and the kids running the track, but I should have the Auto World one out Saturday, and I don't really have a timeline for the Strombecker one. It's a lot of research.
Right.
It's a lot of digging.
Yeah.
And as you could see from earlier, we dug out a little bit yesterday and this morning. So it's always fun, the detective work.
Yeah. Well, you got to be in the know, and you, like I said to other people who come on as guests, it's like you know, if you don't know, then don't say. You're better off just to be in the room as opposed to saying something that's not true and getting called out on it, because that's all that people are going to remember. Whether they're joking about it or not, you will always be that joke about getting called out, and nobody really wants that. So talk about jokes. Let's talk to any last words. House on Fire, Adam. Adam Hurt.
No, I the next things I'm kind of gonna do is set up some cameras for like maybe a GoPro, get some cool crash videos, things like that. My son thinks that's kind of cool, and they drew coming off this back turn off the back straightaway is pretty cool. So I'm gonna do some of that, and then in the next probably month or so, that's when I'm gonna start doing the power supply and wiring and stuff like that. So I'm getting
right.
that.
So I've got your theme song for your channel, Adam, and it's by the Talking Heads, an older 80s group. It's called Burning Down the House.
I know that. That'd be a good one.
Yeah. Nice, eh?
Sorry, I couldn't pass that up. I apologize.
And last but not least, we come to Mark. Mark, any last words for tonight?
No, just keep an eye out for that build video for my giveaway. And thanks for having me, Dan. I always enjoy these live streams, and everybody just have fun. Remember, that's what this hobby really is all about. So don't make it more complicated than it really needs to be. So you enjoy it.
Yeah, I absolutely believe that. If you try and confuse it too much and add too much at once, that's why I say have an idea, but let it evolve. So that way you're not feeling like you're on some sort of crunched up timeline. And that's when things get all screwed up. You start doing stuff half-ass, and it doesn't have the result that I can surely tell you that my track did not just come out of my head on one day on a napkin sitting in a bar somewhere. Right? Maybe the idea to buy the track came from a napkin in a bar. Well, I don't drink, so it's probably not a napkin in a bar, but you know what I mean. So yeah, so anyways. All right, guys. So at the end of this night, I want to thank everybody. I want to remind everybody quickly about tomorrow's Top Fuel and Funny Car Friday. And Monday, I'll be at Conquest Racing. And I ask that all of you please come there and visit us to show our support for the HO community. I'm absolutely serious about Raul when I told him I hope he's got enough seats in his waiting room, because we're going to fill it full of HO people on next Monday. So that'll be 1 hour before I go live on Monday. and on Monday we'll have another topic and probably multi-creator. Now I'm waiting on hearing from two people. I'm waiting to hear from Jim DeFalco about him coming to talk about his professional, and you notice I didn't use quotes, air quotes there. He actually used to be a professional slot car racer. So, and of course, he's the owner of DeFalco slot car controllers. So
he is, as a matter of fact, he grew up on the famous Elmford with Rosario from back in the day. One of the legends, really.
there you go. Yeah. So it'll be nice to talk to somebody like that and get somebody else out and about in our community as well. I have two other people who I think it might be time to drag them out into the limelight, but that's totally up to them. It's not up to me. So, but anyways, I want to thank everybody for watching once again. Absolutely fantastic. This community is totally rocking lately, and I'm sure everybody up here can agree with that. So I implore you to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll allow you to bypass my button today, but you must hit subscribe on these four gentlemen here.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
having us, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
See you, Dan.
All right, guys. So we'll see you all tomorrow night, and we'll certainly see you all Monday at 6 p.m. CST, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's 1 hour before normally going live, and we're going to be at Conquest Racing. I'll make sure I put a post out. I will not let you guys forget. So, hang on a sec. Talk to Raul at Conquest Racing, camera tech guy.
Cool.
Wow.
We can always use that kind of experience in the house. That's great.
Yeah, that might be something too. Multi-camera as well. Unfortunately, this free platform does not allow that to me. Multi-camera. I'm only allowed one camera on this platform right now, but
Thanks,
that'll
man.
change very soon. And yeah, I think USA 164.
Great channel. Check him out, man. A lot
It
of good
is.
stuff.
Hey!
Where you been, brother? We've all been missing your videos, and I'm pretty sure everybody's the same.
Was the last video the dog bone one?
Oh yeah, he's been making the track.
Yeah, he's good. He did the build video.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah. So if you guys haven't checked out USA 164, please go check him out on YouTube too. He's got his custom build video. Absolutely fantastic. All right, guys. So Marcus seems to know what he wants tonight. And as we float out of here, I'm going to play that one up. And you guys all have yourself a good night. And, like they say, don't forget.
So I'm sitting here thinking, how can I make a bell notification video that viewers will actually want to watch?
You're gonna want that cowbell.
Did he just say cowbell?
I gotta have more cowbell.
It's not a cowbell.
I could have used a little more cowbell.
All right then, hit the cowbell notification button so you don't miss any of my up and coming content.